What's up, everybody? It's the best spot, Kids Move, and I'm back with another video. So over the weekend, I tried to, play some. I wanted to play something to stream. I've been trying to get back to streaming to a degree, and you know, the most common thing to do is stream a multiplayer game. And I think this game called Frag Punk came out. Actually, I'll show you guys a little bit if this looks familiar. This is what I was streaming yesterday. Frag Punk, gave it a try and decided, man, this ain't it. You know what I mean? And then when doing that, it wasn't just frag punk. That's not it. It's just modern multiplayer games. And to me, modern is anything in the freaking Fortnite era. So like, I can't stand Fortnite. I don't like frag punk. Obviously, that crap game that PlayStation tried to put out, a Concord, looks like the game Fair Game is gonna be trash. Marathon looks trash. All the games that are, I guess, that's currently in rotation. Um, I'm not the biggest fan of. And every live service game, every multiplayer game, I don't know what it is. They have like this nasty DNA of video games that just kind of just sucks. Ever since multiplayer went the way of free to play, or the meta of the game was either had to come from like a loot boxes or some sort of cards or something, or the cosmetics or something you have to like buy, or it's just, or battle passes, the battle pass era. It's been trash. Um, I want to say the blame comes from both developers and gamers, and obviously this thing called capitalism, because they needed to find ways to make money from these multiplayer games. And I honestly, I tell you guys, a multiplayer has been at its peak when we had to pay $50 to $60 for the game as a package. Self-contained multiplayer. This is I don't think, and I know I'm older than a lot of people who are playing these games nowadays. So but honestly, and I said this on X yesterday, all a great multiplayer game needs is team deathmatch, capture the flag, free for all, rank, a leaderboard, and stats. Somewhere to review your stats, and we're good to go. Now, what made games like Halo and classic Call of Duty and stuff like that so great? Because that's all it was. It was nothing too complicated. You had a fair amount of modes, but with the same objective. And personally, how I feel about multiplayer games, especially like combat games, shooting games. Like, 'cause I don't like any of the existing multiplayer games now. I think the best type of multiplayer is literally, and I'm going to sound biased because I'm an Xbox fan, but was the Xbox era multiplayer games. Like, I think the best multiplayer in the combat. I can't speak for like hack and slash multiplayer or the other, because there's a lot now. There's a lot of these weird type of multiplayer games experiences. Like, I'm not a fan of like hero shooters. They can throw that in the trash. But I think the best type of multiplayer is the what we used to get back in the day, where everybody was on an even playing field and it literally relied upon skill. And the only advantage in the multiplayer wasn't who you selected, what character you selected, what skill set that they had. No, it was literally who got to the best guns first on the map. Not something you had to buy, not something you had to unlock. Not It was something you had to get to. Like, for example, Call of Duty, it was based off like kill streaks. Like, what I mean, if you're with your stock weapons you got, as good as you did, you get a kill streak. You can call in some boost that either came with either a special weapon or a helicopter or a turret. You know what I mean? You had to work for that. For games like both Halo and Gears of War, you had to fight your way to these special points that had either a sniper rifle or had like a grenade launcher or something that could take out multiple people at a time. Same thing with Halo. If you wanted that boost in armor, you had to go to that location to get it, and chances are somebody was going to meet you there to fight you for it. And that's the best experience, a multiplayer experience, hands down to me. And like, I don't like these games where like you log into one of these free to play games. One, if it's free to play, chances are if you ain't there day one, you're already assed out, right? because people already learned the meta. They bought the shit that they need to buy. They're equipped. They have these extra buffs and stuff like that. That makes the game easier for them and repetitive for them, but essentially hell for you. So, what the things like what a game like Halo and Call of Duty and Gears of War have done is just that you started on the even playing field. You fight your way to the best weapons, and the thing is, and it's not like, oh, you have the weapon for the rest of the match. You have the weapon until the gun runs out of ammo or until someone takes you out and takes it from you. And then every so often the weapon would spawn. There's usually a countdown. That is, I wish you guys would play those games. And now I'm talking to the gamers because you guys flocks to these craps like Fortnites and the copycats, those colorful, bright green, purple, orange type games like we seeing those Fruit of Loop games. Developers keep making them for some damn reason. They flop. Every other one flops. I don't know why they keep making them. But if you guys literally just say, hey, I want to play something different, go back to classic Halo. Boot up Halo Master Chief Collection, bro. Boot up Gears of War. I don't care if you, because even Gears 5 have classic Gears experiments on it. But boot up like Gears Ultimate Edition or Gears 4 or 5 and just experience some classic Gears of War multiplayer. Call of Duty. So forget Warzone. No, forget Warzone. Fuck Warzone. Play Team Deathmatch. Kill confirm or dominate. That's all you need. And I think if you guys experience, just go back and just try these games out, because some of these games are now past some generations. Just try it out and just get into the meta of that. You'll realize it's a lot better than the bullshit that they nickel and diming you for. You know what I mean? The pre-Battle Pass gaming was awesome gaming for multiplayer. The tacked on multiplayer is the best form of multiplayer. It was the best multiplayer delivered, because when I say tacked on multiplayer games they would release a game and they kind of really sold you the game on the single player, on the campaign. And back in the day, everybody had to have some sort of multiplayer. That was just it. It was like you had to have a multiplayer mode. And it just so happens after you beat the game, you jump into the multiplayer, and the multiplayer was pretty damn good. There was some repetitive factor. Like the last greatest multiplayer experience I had that's not from a legacy title like Halo, Gears, Call of Duty was Titanfall. I feel like that's the last multiplayer experience that I had that was like, bro, it wasn't copycat. It still have classic multiplayer, but it had a twist and it wasn't a gimmick. You had to, get your Titan after a certain amount of time. If you could earn your Titan faster than others, if you, do a good job killing bots or killing other human players, you calling your Titans and stuff like that. And then you had, but games nowadays, man, bro, it's like they're trash. I don't like today's multiplayer, and I don't think I'll enjoy. I can't enjoy these type of multiplayer games that we're getting now, where they have all these weird ass perks, where they invest more in how weird these characters look, and they find ways. Their whole goal is to get you on like funky clothes, funky looks, weapon buffs, different type of buffs that you kind of have to like kind of spin your way to, or you have to invest in battle passes and stuff like that. That has ruined the art of multiplayer gaming to a high degree. And I challenge gamers like those who are spending all the time on these, weirdo multiplayer games, these battle pass gaming, to go and, abandon that shit for please, 2 weeks. Try some classic ass multiplayer games, some Xbox era multiplayer games. That's why I can't wait until Gears of War Reloaded comes out to PlayStation, because I want them to enjoy what multiplayer gaming was before they went all purple and pink and battle passy. And show you how a classic game is made, where everybody's on the even playing field. Everybody got the same weapons, either the Nasher shotgun, the Lancer, or whatever. And your goal is to get to a certain point in the map where the good weapons are that everyone has equal rights to, and it's all about skill to acquire it. That's what I want you guys to experience. I can't wait until Master Chief Collection finally comes to PlayStation and Nintendo Switch, because I'm hoping that those gamers bring new life in it, that they can experience this moment. Wait, this is actually good multiplayer. Like, everybody doesn't have to look weird. If I want a purple character, I'll just make my Spartan purple or pink or whatever. You know what I mean? You can do that. But the meta of the game It's all there. You know, there's nothing greater than team deathmatch. There's nothing greater than free for all. There's nothing greater than classic capture the flag. All this other bullshit that they got in these video games have been horrible, and it's been a gimmick. These games don't even play fun. They're not fun. The engagement is trash. It's just all weird, and I think we all should just try just one day. Just go back and show these classic games some love, and developers, if you can. If somebody, shout out to the to Sandfall, and I know this has nothing to do with multiplayer, but they created a game with Clear Obscure Expedition 33 that inspired them, that was based off classic turn-based RPG games that, you know, to the core, and they put their own spin on it, but it wasn't a gimmick. I want a developer to create a proper multiplayer game, a classic multiplayer game. Give me my regular pistol and assault rifle or shotgun, whatever my stock weapons. If you want to put specialty weapons in the game, put the motherfucker on the map and let us fight for it. That's all you got to do. Just put it somewhere on a map. Let us fight for it, and then that's how we get the advantage. Don't hide it behind a freaking shark card or a battle pass or a call card or some sort of loot thing or some special type of trickery you have to get. No, I don't want to have to, you know, play a bunch of stuff or buy into some sort of battle pass just to get access to a game that can give me an advantage. No, I want to find the advantage in the video game, in the map that I'm playing right there, take advantage of it and use it, and it'd be good for that game. You know what I mean? Every new game you play in a multiplayer game, that's the thing about classic multiplayer is every day was a new experience, because it was never going to be the same experience. You know, you could use the same tactic, you could use the same strategy, but doesn't mean it was always going to work. You know what I mean? You're always going to run into somebody that's better than you, or a squad that's better than you, you know, or a squad that comes up with a better strategy. And the best multiplayer games are the ones where you create the strategy within the map that's there, within just by learning the map, learning where their weapons spawn. What we got now in Fragpunk and with all those other games that have come out, the games that you guys got now has been honestly just gimmicks and trash, and they're not fun, they're not engaging, they're just kind of weird. And I know I'm coming from the old man point of view, or having the unpopular opinion, but this is just my rant. It's just like I wanted to play a game. I was like, hey, I want to play some multiplayer. I gave this free game called Fragpunk a try, and I'm like, this is utter garbage. This is utter garbage. This is utter garbage. And and people say, well, won't you just play the class multi? I would love to, but there's not, players aren't playing these games. They're not playing these games. You know, I would love for everybody to jump on Halo Master Chief Collection. I would love for everybody to jump on to Gears, or to just some Call of Duty. And Call of Duty still gets love here and there and whatnot, but a lot of people are into that Warzone bullshit. And I honestly only played the part of Call of Duty I really care about, and that's Kill Confirm and Team Deathmatch Domination. I won't play anything beyond those modes. And that means I'm not getting the most out of Call of Duty, but that's all I really care. I don't care about all that extra stuff, all the stuff that pretty much all that unnecessary gigs that's pretty much compromising my Xbox and PC. I don't use those. A developer could ship a game right now, multiplayer. If you wanted to ship a multiplayer game right now, and they only have 3 modes, and it was team deathmatch, free for all, and freaking capture the flag or domination, I'd probably be sold. As long as you had regular gunplay, some decent maps, and the fact that I didn't have the weapons of choice were to be discovered within the map that we're playing on. Oh yeah, that's a classic, instant classic. But that is my thoughts. That is my video on the state of multiplayer and why I'm not, feeling it. But in the process of telling you guys about that, if you guys are interested in playing, I'm gonna give this crap game one more try. Right now, I've been playing as a player by myself. I don't know anybody else is playing it. If anybody else is playing it that I know, get in a game, maybe I could learn to like it. But honestly, I ain't feeling it. But that's my video, guys. Thank you guys for watching. As always, Xbox is the best box. I am the best bot. Also, make sure you check out the OBSBOT Meet 2. I have the link for the OBSBOT products in the description below. Get your exclusive discount. I am an OBSBOT brand ambassador, proud ambassador. So that's that. That's my video. See you guys on the next one. Peace and love.